So you've probably heard of manifesting. Manifesting is a bit of a buzzword, and it's used all over the internet these days to explain. Well, I think most people use it to explain something that you can do to bring into your life the things that you want to have in your life, right? So it's many people use it basically to give you the idea that everything that you want to have, and often this is about physical things, about money, about abundance, and then not only the broad concept of abundance, but very much focused on financial abundance, that you can bring that into your life. Well, the thing is that this is only partly true. The way I see it, manifesting is not necessarily an action, but more like a frequency. So the way I see manifestation, which is an actual thing, of course. So like attracts like, everything is energy. So if you, and the universe wants to work for you. So if you want certain things to happen in your life, or you want a certain life, I totally believe that you create that through the way that you are and the way that you vibrate, your energy, basically. So when I say that, for me, manifestation is more like a frequency than an action or step-by-step thing, I mean that if you align if you are able to hold the frequency of high energy, of high vibration, you will draw in similar things. This is just one of the basic laws of the universe. Like attracts like. So whatever you send out, you will receive. So if you want to influence the things that come into your life, let's say, so if you want to influence the things that you want in your life, if you want to move to a more high vibrational type of life, it's really important that you become that high vibration first. So the universe is sort of a simple thing, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but the universe just sort of gives you what it receives from you. So the universe is listening and tuning in, you could say, to what you send out. And if you send out, well, I feel really bad, I hate my life, things aren't working for me, they are happening to me, and I'm completely out of control, I have no power over my life, the universe will comply with that. The universe will confirm you in that. So that's actually really, it's not a happy message for people who are feeling low on energy, or who have a depression, for example. It's really tough when you go through something like that, because it's really hard to break a cycle when the cycle is self-reinforcing. However, if you are not there completely, but if you are just like me, like you're living a normal life, you have your ups and downs, it's super, super important to try to stay in a high vibrational energy through all sorts of practices, right? You can do many things to be happy, or to send out a happy and positive, and especially also like a faithful energy. So what I mean by faithful energy is that you don't have to pretend to be happy, and especially not every day. That's really impossible. I don't think many people are happy every day. But what is important that we do is maintain our trust, our faith in sort of that higher energy in our lives, our higher selves, our Christ consciousness, that they will guide us to where we need to be. So that even when things are tough for us, it is on the path to where we are going, what our plan was, where we want to go, what we want to experience in this life. if you are able to hold that sort of high vibrational faith and trust in the process, in your way forward, so to say, that is what will draw in things that are reinforcing that trust, that are reinforcing and confirming your faith. Like, okay, you're sending out. I know that even though I have no work right now, I know it is coming to me. Yeah, simply said, the universe will reinforce you in that. If you believe that it's coming, it is coming. And I know this may sound simplistic, and I don't want to say at all is just do this sort of spiritual whitewashing. There's no negativity in the world, and it's all peace and love. Absolutely not. I'm more than aware of the fact that there are horrible things in the world, and maybe they're happening to you. What I'm just trying to explain is how important it is to be in that frequency of faith and of trust in sort of the higher alignment of your life, and to trust that that you're on the right path always, even though it may be tough or not so much fun or not what you thought you wanted, but that the thing that you actually want and that you actually signed up for, that it's coming your way. So if you want to influence, you definitely can. As I said, it's not just a process of, you know, affirming, or like using affirmations, or making a vision board. So these things can be effective to a certain amount. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm saying that it's very hard to do it, especially because very often when we use affirmations or make vision boards, we sort of bypass the hardest part of manifesting. And the hardest part of manifesting is where you completely and utterly know and believe that you deserve what you're asking for. So in order for you to do that, you need to have let go or work through your limiting beliefs around basically all the things that you're asking for. So let me give you an example. Imagine that you grew up in a neighborhood. You were living in a nice sort of simple family house, but there were huge houses as well. And these huge houses, you have always been a little bit jealous of these people. You always wanted one of those big houses. And now that you're grown up, you are manifesting a large house for yourself, maybe for your family. But by growing up in that neighborhood, you've been connecting to the people that lived in those houses, and you found out a couple of things. So, for example, in one of the houses lived a family where the mother had a severe form of cancer and died very young. Maybe that had an impact on you. Maybe you started believing that people who live in large houses have a tendency to fall sick and to become ill. Maybe in one of those houses lived a family that was always fighting, always fighting. The energy there was really toxic. It was horrible to be there. Parents fighting, parents and kids fighting, no fun at all. Maybe you've come to believe through that people who live in large houses have toxic family interactions and relations and fight a lot. Then one other family, those parents divorced in a really nasty divorce. And so maybe you've come to believe through that if you live in a house like that, you're prone to get a divorce. And then on top of that, you felt quite a lot of resentment and jealousy towards the people that lived in the house. And resentment and jealousy are really manifestation blocking feelings or emotions. They're very low vibrational. So they won't draw in the high vibrational things that you might be looking for. So these beliefs that you created subconsciously, of course, through seeing people living in large houses, if you have these beliefs when you are saying, hey, I want to live in a large house, I'm constantly affirming to myself, I can live in a large house, I deserve to live in a large house. Or you're making a vision board, putting on all sorts of images of beautiful large houses, but on your subconscious level and in your energy vibration, you're still saying, yeah, I don't know if I want a large house because I don't want to die young, or I don't want to get a divorce, or I don't want to fight all the time with my family. And you're also sending out these resentment vibes of, yeah, other people have houses like that and not me. Why not? So from this example, I think you'll probably see how it works. As long as you believe certain things about that are not in line with you having it, or you having it being in your highest alignment, these things will not come to you. Because, as I said, the universe is quite simple. It gives you what you send out. And these are very strong beliefs and very strong emotions. They will definitely bypass you saying, I deserve a large house every day, 10 times a day. So then what? Well, first things first, you need to work through your limiting beliefs in order to really be able to manifest that large house. You really need to work through, become aware of, first step, and then work through why you are still holding on to these limiting thoughts, these thoughts that may have been helpful at one point in your life, because maybe they were created because it allowed you to be okay with the situation that you found yourself in, right? So living in a small house instead of the large house. But are they still helpful to you today? Not if you want a large house, they're not, right? So to release these, theta healing can be a super helpful technique or method. If you learn to do theta healing for yourself, or you work with a theta healing practitioner, it is not that hard to figure out where the limiting belief was created, how it is, why you are still holding on to it today, and how to release it. And you can even do it in a theta healing session. You can actually release the limiting beliefs that are there. Of course, there are other ways too, right? If you are aware of what you believe and what is getting in the way of your manifestation of that large house, you can start working through your limiting beliefs by, yeah, for example, meditation processes, writing, working with a coach, time also. So all things that are, to me, less effective, but nonetheless, they will probably help you and work too. So as soon as you have released yourself of these ideas, then it's time to start going up to the creating energy of all that is, and state the things that you want in your life as if they're already there in that 7-planed higher energy vibration. The reason we do that is this gives a very high effectiveness rate, like 80 to 90% effectiveness. If you go up to the level of the creating energy of all that is and state your command, the things you want in your life as a command right there and then, and then really go into feeling what it is like to already have it. This is something that makes vision boards more effective actually than affirmations, because often when you see something, you can get into the emotion of having it or being it, and that is much more attractive to energy than words or just thoughts are. So super important when you start to bring things into your life that you have quite a few on your list. So it's not super helpful to just try to manifest that one thing, that big house, for example, or the beautiful car or whatever. The reason for that is that your mind is really a supercomputer. So it's really your mind is really, it can do many, many, many things at the same time. So while it is manifesting that car, it can also work on other things. And also it's important for your brain to know that there's more coming, that it's not finished if there's that one thing, because if it sort of gets scared of what will happen when I'm finished. Yeah, it will probably never be finished, because then what? And that is a sort of a scary thought. So which is why your brain needs a list of like 10, 15, 100 things for you that you want and for your brain to work on in manifestation. So you create a list, and then when you go up, and I'll guide you through the meditation. When you go up, it's important to really visualize the things as if you already have them, and really get into what it feels like to have them, and how it makes you feel to be the person that has these experiences, or that owns these things, or that feels in the way that you want to feel. Okay, so let's try it out. Let's do it. My invitation is to sit in a comfortable, relaxed position. Position yourself on the floor in lotus position, or on a chair, or even lie on your bed. So fine. And then resting your hands on your knees if you're sitting, closing your eyes, tuning your breath to your heart center. And breathing in and out, as if you can just breathe in and out through your heart. Allowing your energy to move down into your body, through your solar plexus, your belly, into your legs, all the way down through your feet, into the earth. Deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth, through all the layers, until you reach the center of the earth. The earth is also part of all that is. And there you connect your own energy to the center core of the earth. And you scoop up a little bit of life force, grounding energy, and you bring that back up with you. As you travel through the earth, up, 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 back into your body, making your way through the central axis of your body, central line running through all your chakras. And then you move out of your body, the crown. And there you find a beautiful ball of energy. Take your time to see or feel or tune into what color this energy is today. Then you move some of your energy or your awareness. Maybe you imagine going into that ball of energy And then together you travel upwards, higher and higher through your room, through the roof, into the sky, through any clouds that may be there, higher and higher past the moon, out into the universe, further and further away from the earth, past all sorts of stars and our sun, out of our solar system, and then past many solar systems and nebulas and planets. And then you come to the end of the universe. Maybe you want to look back to that ever-expanding beauty that is our universe. Maybe in a far distance, you can just make out a tiny, tiny dot of our beautiful planet, Earth. And you travel further. You go through layers of light, and then through some darkness or some shadow, another layer of light, and through a very bright light, the gold flash of light that sparks, creates a spark in your heart. And I feel as if you're coming home. And you move further upwards, you move through into a thick jelly-like substance. This is the plane of the laws of the universe. You may see colors, geometric forms, maybe you hear music. You travel through that jelly-like substance, up, up, up. Don't be distracted. Through a beautiful pink mist, the law of compassion, the highest law in the universe. And then you move further up and you might see a doorway or a rectangular window, the entrance to the seventh plane of existence. You move through that entrance into a beautiful white iridescent light, very, very bright. You move deeper and deeper into that light, into the energy of all that is. You feel your own ball of light dissolving. You notice how you become one with this unconditional love energy. You allow it to flow through your body, through your being. And then you bring your attention to your list of manifestations. And one by one, you visualize or you imagine, you think about, you fantasize about these things, about being or doing or having the things on your list. Bringing the highest vibration of happiness and allowance and faith, and knowing that you deserve these things, that they are yours. And then you state, Creator of all that is, it is commanded that these things are in my life now. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. And then you imagine that you are this giant who is there in that seventh plane of existence. You extend your huge, huge arm out through all the other layers that we've just been through, the laws, further down until you reach the earth plane. And as if you're sort of turning or stirring in a bowl of soup, you stir with your huge giant arm, you stir the energy of your life, so that there is space and alignment with your manifestations, the things that you just commanded that are yours. And maybe you see things, maybe you get images, or maybe you just get feelings, or maybe you just do this. And then you pull your arm back, return your entire being into the energy of all that is. Again, allowing it to flow through all your being. Everything that you are comes joined with this beautiful white iridescent light. And when you feel ready, you open your eyes. So this is the process we use in Theta Healing to do manifestations. As I said, manifestation is not necessarily an action. It's not necessarily drawing up things, writing things, saying things, not even doing this manifestation meditation. It is a frequency. The more you are aligned with the things in the energetically, with the things or the type of life, the type of things that you want, the easier it will be to draw them in. So I'm not saying that this is a simple process, you know. As I said in the beginning, manifestation is often used as a buzzword, as if it's something that you can just do, and if you're not doing it or you're not doing it right, then it won't happen. If your life sucks, all your fault, tough luck. So in a way in a way you are in control, for sure. I totally believe that. But it requires quite a bit more than just going through a process. It requires constant attention to the frequency you vibrate, to the energy that you send out into the world, to maintaining that faith, that trust that the right things are happening to you, that you're experiencing the right things for your highest evolvement and for your highest bliss. So I do invite you to do this manifestation meditation often. There's infinite abundance in the universe, so it's not limited at all. You can ask anything and work on anything. But I also invite you to not ignore those limiting beliefs that you might be holding that are maybe in the way of you ever getting the things that you want. Work on them, look at them, explore them. Why are they with you? Why do you believe certain things? Because that is the ultimate key to creating the life that you want to live. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Ciao.